Hey everyone, it's Teddy, aka James Kazao on MTGO, coming to play Grixis Control and Legacy for another Grixis Control Friday. Recently, someone brought to my attention that this card from Duskmourn, Roaring Furnace / Steaming Sauna, could be a cool addition to the deck. We haven't played with any of the room cards yet, so a quick look at all of them, and this one is definitely the most playable. Now, what attracted them to this card was that once this is on the field, you can activate the other side as a special action, kind of like a morph, so it can be hard to interact with at that point. So if you get this Roaring Furnace down as a 1 red as like a removal spell earlier in the game, later you can turn it into like a one-sided Howling Mine. I'll just read the card. So Roaring Furnace, 1 and a red. When you unlock this door, this room deals damage equal to the number of cards in your hand to target creature an opponent controls. So yeah, we can probably expect this to do anywhere between 5 and 4 damage on average. I feel like that's where our hand is sitting. But if we do it right after our draw step on turn 2 or something, we might even dome a creature for 6, which is pretty good against Troll of Khazad-dûn and stuff like that. Whereas usually it's kind of hard to answer that creature outside of an Edict, and even then they have stuff like Tameo, Psychic Frog. It's just hard to deal with that creature. So yeah, I'm excited for this card. But on the other half, 3 blue, Steaming Sauna, you have no maximum hand size. Doesn't matter so much for this format. But at the beginning of your end step, you draw a card. So, like I said a few moments ago, that one-sided Howling Mine effect, or it's kind of like the Monarchy since it happens on your end step, really more like the Monarchy than Howling Mine, but that's just the card I think of most as the archetype. And if all else fails, you can pitch it to force. So, really not a bad card. I'm excited to try it out, and I'm excited to have one side unlock on the other. That's the other crazy thing. You can establish Steaming Sauna, get all this crazy card advantage. If your opponent ever tries to stick a creature, you have this like uncounterable removal spell with Roaring Furnace for just 1 and a red already on the battlefield. Pretty good stuff. Speaking of uncounterable, I'm sticking with Kaito as my 4-drop of choice. Haven't played a lot of Jace lately, and it's kind of sad, but just Kaito's ability to dodge counter magic is so good, at least until people start playing around it. I feel like I've gotten a lot of percentage points around people just not being prepared for the ninjutsu ability, so I should probably stop talking about it so much. Anyways, I recently opened a full set of Modern Horizons 3 out of a treasure chest, which was sweet, so now I'm going to try out 2 Tameos. People are often asking me why I don't run more than 1 Tameo, and it's just to help invalidate the value of spot removal or cards like Swords to Plowshares, Prismatic Ending. We get a lot of equity from not turning those cards on for our opponent, where Tameo is kind of a sitting duck until you have Brainstorm or start getting clues off of it, stuff like that. But yeah, might as well try 2 in this video. We're already trying some pretty fun stuff with the Roaring Furnace. And then I also shifted the Fnatic over to the main board, so I have 2 main boards instead of my preferred split of 1 main, 1 side. But this card is still super new. We don't really know what's going on with it yet. And then the sideboard is pretty standard. Baragoyf is our ringer for Eldrazi. Consign to Memory has just become such a versatile player. It's kind of replaced Flusterstorm. I did that just to see what it was like, and I haven't missed Flusterstorm at all. I mean, sometimes I do. It's a really powerful card, but until the meta settles or shifts, I'm going to just stick with Consigned Memory as like my counter magic. And I also have Blood Moon and 3 Red Blasts. Everything else is pretty normal. 2 Meltdown, Fatal Push, 1 Thoughtseize. Classic stuff that everyone should be familiar with by now if you've been watching the channel. Oh, but these cuts had to come from somewhere, and I'm down to 3 Bowmasters, which is kind of crazy because I feel like Bowmasters is probably the most powerful card in this deck still. So, and it plays really well with Kaito and all that. But like I said, these cuts got to come from somewhere, and I'm not going to cut Cling to Dust or Lightning Bolt. No way. Cool. I think that's about it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If y'all caught the Doomsday video on Monday, I announced that I will play Doomsday at Eternal Weekend, unless I make it to 1,000 subs, and then I'll bring Grixis Control, which I'm sure everyone would rather see me do. So yeah, let's hit those goals. And I think that's about it. Thank you so much to all my Patreon subscribers, and check that out if it interests you. You get an extra league of content every week at the lowest tier, and then Untold Wonders await you at higher tiers. Cool. Well, let's get into the matches. Okay, I'm on the draw in round 1 with a pretty solid hand. A lot of powerful cards. Maybe too many 3-drops. It's always kind of strange when you end up with a lot of 3-drops in your opening hand. So we don't run that many. Leading with Tameo. It's a popular turn 1 play these days. Okay, they're looking at what we're drawing. Shieldred's Edict. It might make it hard for them to ultimate Tameo, but I don't want them to get too many clue tokens either, so we'll have to see what we can do here. Underground is C. Drawing a card. Yeah, I mean, really don't have much to say about this. I think I'd rather cantrip with this cling. Clantrip with this king. Suas. Trouble in the Suas. I'm gonna let them play a little bit. I'll let them play a little bit here. See if they have Wasteland. Just see what's going on. No Wasteland. A 3-drop maybe? Ah, Grixis colors. Well, that's interesting. You also gotta remember that if they try to -8 or -7 Tameo, I could just Nimble Obstructionist. Even though that's not the best use of that. Unless you can consider it virtually gone after that. I'm starting to wonder if Grixis won the LCQ today. There's not a lot of excitement around this deck as far as I know. But people are excited about the straight blue-black one. Let's bolt that. See what happens with that. Okay, cool. Let's cast Brainstorm. Try and move some of these 3-drops around. Kaito is pretty cool. Definitely put back Sewers, and then, yeah, maybe, I think Kolaghan's Command is for later. It almost certainly is for later. Unless they're playing Thoughtseize, it's going to be very hard for them to get that ultimate through. Yep. They're going for it. Oh, also they could be playing Stifle. That's something they could be doing. Yep. Murktide Regent. That's a lot of damage. I will try and force that. Okay. Got it. Yeah, I'm not wild about... Wait a minute. I forgot to shuffle, didn't I? Well, I mean, Kolaghan's Command for Nimble Obstructionist. Pretty cool. Just saying. Alright, let's see if they have Stifle or not. This card is difficult to interact with. Hey! Cool thing about Kaito. We can throw in the Strix. It attacks. It'll get -1/-0 from Tameo. Then I ninjutsu. All of a sudden they don't see the -1/-0 anymore. This is just, I can't really pass this up. I'd prefer if there was a Strix in my graveyard, obviously, but yeah, I can't really pass this up. Oh, they have Force of Will? That might be game. Depending on how much value they can accrue next turn. Hopefully not much. This is just so many cards. Do they still have a daze, I wonder? I hope not. Let's go ahead and ponder. Shuffle that. Line number 5, not horrible. Ponder's good. I'm glad they shuffled too. That's pretty sweet. They want ponder back, sure. And they'll probably crack their clue. Flip Tameo. No combat, blowout. 6 cards in hand. Disgusting. That's so many cards. But at least they didn't get a Psychic Frog trigger. At least that, you know. Not wild about that draw. Pretty rough, in fact. Attack Tameo. The fact that I can do all this around counter magic is quite nice. And they probably should have blocked. There wasn't really much penalty for that. Still got to play around. What's it called? Days. They have a great many cards in hand. Ponder. Yeah, if I was able to get a Bowmasters in at any point in this game, I feel like it would have been pretty nice. Would have been pretty annoying to them, I think. Now they can probably fix their hand up pretty well. But if they're spending like 2 cards for each of my 1, like if they just loaded up on Force and blue cards, we might actually be in okay shape here. They've made tons of land drops. Bolting Kaito is sad. Another Psychic Frog, sure. Alright, let's see what I can put together here. That should help things along. Alright. I think I can do everything around days, right? Well, not quite. I guess I'll Edict Planeswalker, play Strix. I don't like that I have to take Force of Will. Maybe I'll draw a Bolt. Okay, cool. Still haven't really dealt with the first frog. Was not the best Kaito. But tapping it down seemed pretty important. And invalidating that daze in their hand is kind of what we're going for here. Petty Theft, Strix. Not usually what you want to do, but if you're desperate to draw cards, it'll do in a pinch. Tons and tons of mana. Play Strix. Force of Will, huh? This somewhat works out. Not entirely, but somewhat. With no cards in hand, I can actually destroy a Psychic Frog. Even though I really wanted to return the Fanatic to my hand. The game will get out of control if I do that. Oh, hold on. I don't have a Volcanic Island, do I? Nope. Okay. Close one. Alright, we've almost ground them out. Almost. We still have Cling to Dust, too. Okay, Bolt was a good draw. As long as they don't top deck, like, the perfect stuff. Fetch for Thin. Fetch for Thin. We're certainly due for some good stuff off the top, I'd say. Another frog, huh? Well, I hope they cast Brazen Borrower in the end step. I get Brazen Borrower. Okay. Or I could just bolt Psychic Frog. I really want to start doing Cling to Dust stuff, but I just have to keep weathering this aggression. Weathering so much aggression. Is it even worth using Petty Theft? I think I want my mana more. They've made like so many land drops that it just doesn't even matter. I guess we're not beating a hardcast Force of Will though, so let's do that. Are we through all the Psychic Frogs? No, there's one more hiding in there. I'm light on bombs though. Kaito's out. Fnatic's out. However, weird thing about this list, I'm playing 2 Fnatics. Okay, we knew this was going to happen. Okay, I'm feeling pretty darn stable. They didn't top deck a threat, which is nice. Ugh. Will my next card be good? No, it will not. Ass. What did they draw? Force of Will? I'm going to try and run them out of threats. We're not doing too bad. Go after sorcery. Always sorcery. We have force. Ponder. Yep. Hey, it's Bowmasters. That land is crazy though. I feel like I've drawn enough lands this game. I'm not in any real rush to get going though. Let's just keep drawing cards. Cast Brainstorm. Tameo. Don't want to walk that into a removal spell either. But I also just don't, or really don't want to cast that and pass. It seems awful. But I also don't want to draw a land next turn. I don't know. They'll do it on their end step. Maybe it's Bowmasters I don't really need. We'll see. I also don't want this to fail to find, so I should get that swamp out of my deck. What bobble? Jesus. Not fair. Not fair, I say. Get out of here. God. These decks. Okay, there we go. Fail to find. That's right. Even when I'm running bad, I'm still beating Delver. Cool. I think if I drew the Sauna right now, I don't think I'd want to cast it. Unfortunately, against a deck with Red Blast, I can't really leverage that. No guarantee I'll have that many cards in my hand either, so gotta play it safe and all that. Go down on Force and then also Narset, Teachings, seems fine. Alright, opponent's taking a mulligan, which is good because so am I. I guess that's better. It isn't really, but we'll keep in bottom Snapcaster Mage. That's a late game card. Yep, good start. Good start over there. Alright, land, please. Oh my god. Well, I can't afford to Thoughtseize, because they might have white Wasteland. I'll ponder. Yeah, I mean, kind of. Double DRC start. Oh man, it's so good. Hopefully they don't get Delirium. Alright. They might have days, so see what happens if I brainstorm. Nothing. Alright. I could just try and chain Fanatics. If they counter the first one, the second one will get the first one. It's kind of sick. Well, it won't really, but you know. Unless I force the Nile Spellbomb, which is kind of crazy. And that's not really the part of the card I want. Not to mention, yeah, I don't know. Seems kind of just fine. To have a 4/4 lifelinker. To be a little careful, but go ahead and cast that. And might need to shuffle the second one away. We'll see here. Put a card on top, huh? Well. Okay, getting hit for 6. Yeah, there's no way I can cast that other Fanatic. Seems irresponsible. I need to Edict. Bolt me? Bolt me? How dare you? Force that. Shameful. Shameful, shameful, shameful. Not quite right. Close. Barely hanging on here. Do I get my lifelink though? I do. Wow. See if I can hang on. Oh, yep. Wow. I broke one of my major rules against Delver in that game. I neglected just fighting their creatures and started trying to like do stuff with this Fanatic. So that was a mistake, undoubtedly. I don't know why I didn't have Baraglyph. Baraglyph seems very good here. Yeah, bring that in. Yikes. Come on, deck. You're killing me right now. Alright. Stable mana, removal spells. Opponent also taking a mulligan, so I feel much better now. This hand is actually very proactive. And weirdly, doesn't want blue mana until turn 3. How often can you say that? I feel like almost never. Alright, let's see what happens here. Delver. Yeah, we'll just play around days, whatever. Especially when Kling might bait it out. Brainstorm. Lightning Bolt. And Ponder. I was hoping they wouldn't have Psychic Frog this turn. They shuffle. Prayers answered. See, they might have days, but I don't mind baiting it out here. Kolaghan's Command is back. Bolt is also here. Now, I really don't want them to force these Bowmasters, so if they brainstorm, I'm actually not going to cast Bowmasters. I really don't want them to force it. And if they are threatened with 3 Bowmaster triggers, when they might not even find their land drop, they're way more likely to cast Force on it. Cameo. Okay. Cast Bowmasters. Ping orange fries. And yeah, I'll play around with Wasteland as well. Might as well. Bolt Tameo. That is worth a force to them. Okay, cool. Fine by me. Okay. They're getting wise. Don't get my free Bowmaster value, but I also get to keep Bowmasters on the field, which is a blessing in its own right. Alright, we're gonna do the draw. We're gonna keep both of those. Well, that's disappointing. Gotta say, though, it was quite a good exchange, eh, chaps? But I do feel a bit without bomb right now. Yeah, what do I even take here? Probably Brainstorm. I can play around Pyroblast. I can definitely play around Daze. And we're hitting for 1. It's not so bad. Spell Bomb, no. At least they don't have the red. I mean the black. At least they don't have the black. Alright, let's ponder. Yeah, that works. Last card being Daze. I don't get to shatter their clue and have them discard. That would be a very poor Kolaghan's command. Okay, they're putting it together somehow. Don't quite like that. I mean, they probably don't even really want to crack that clue token, you know? And they're not falling for it. I think I can race this thing, though. Should be able to race. Not to mention their black cards are, like, pretty bad draws. I think if they're going to crack the clue, they ought to do it now. Hell yeah. Oh my god. They get to be way more in this than they have any right to be. 3rd Pyroblast. When they have no black mana, they put a card on top of their library. Unbelievable. That's that Delver luck right there. So pray tell, what did you put on top? We're all dying to know. Go into combat first, whatever it is. Could be Murktide. Maybe not. Brainstorm. Well, I don't have to really worry about Bowmasters, do I? Fanatic. Alright. Now that is pretty sick. Should put it 2 down because I want to cling to dust. Yeah. Go like that. Great. See if we can send it into a block here. Black mana unlocked, but I can't imagine they would have topped a black spell. Maybe they topped Force of Will. What did they put on top of their Surveil? They're dazing? Oh, likely to try and retain Delirium. Man, it looks like they succeeded. Really hanging in there. Cast the Fanatic. Probably black, black. Yeah. Go for Strix, of course. Alright. Hopefully this works. Seems like it should. They have one unknown in hand. Would they have really put another Daze on top of their deck? It seems so unlikely. Yeah, I just don't think they have anywhere enough resources to get through my Strix, and then also counter Kolaghan's command. Doesn't seem possible. Fatal push my Strix. Yep. Now's the time. You can't have Daze and Lightning Bolt in one card. I knew it. They're going out hard. Alright. No furnace action yet. Alright, we're on the play. Match number 2. Got a Forced Thoughtseize hand. So I quit smoking. Got this Nicorette. No one ever told me it like hurts to chew. Like stings. It's pretty gnarly. But it's better than smoking. Alright, we'll look like Reanimator here for a second. We're up against Painter. I can probably play around Pyroblast, but it's the most efficient of their cards. Just take the Painter Servant. I do that too sometimes. Alright. Well, if I knew I was going to draw Lightning Bolt, definitely would have taken Pyroblast, but there's no way to know that stuff. They're going to hold out here. Yeah, I'll take that. They might just Pyroblast that. Okay. Giving up some information. Maybe they want to retain the ability to Pyroblast, because I guess it is a little more versatile than Red Blast, but not really. Very, very thin margins where they're applicable. Grindstone. Still not running out that City of Traders. I mean, they might play Goblin Welder, they might not. Let's just start applying pressure. Okay. If I can hardcast Force, it makes trading with Pyroblast less painful. I can't imagine they're too happy about their hand right now. Okay, there's the city. And they top decked a Servant. Pretty scary stuff. Don't really want to use my whole hand getting rid of that thing. I'd rather like stifle the Obstructionist or the Grindstone activation. Alright. Yeah, we'll just pass. We can bluff an attack here. Don't think they'll block. No. Where's this Saga, huh? Are they gonna fire a win this turn? They are. Sometimes I dream about having just a Kozilek in my deck or something. We'll leave up Volcanic Island colors. Uh-oh. Alright, need some help here. Just in time. I wouldn't mind a mill though, so. They also don't have enough mana to activate Grindstone. Yep, that happens. If they had a lot of mana, we'd be in a really dangerous position, and I would have let them untap. But they don't. We also have to watch out for Simeon's Spirit Guide. Soul Guide Lantern. Okay, now we don't as much. Sure. This is fine. Exiling my Lightning Bolt. Could be worse. Now, I know they have an Ensnaring Bridge, so we don't have to worry about Spirit Guide, and you. See if I can cast a Revealed here. Not bad. I feel pretty in control of this game. Ghost Vacuum. Card's been revealed to be pretty strong. I'll just go ahead and bolt that. Start with Ponder. Fnatic is a little rough around that vacuum, isn't it? We might be able to get around it anyways. We'll see. Not to mention a 4/4 lifelinker for 2 mana. Kind of what I'm in for on this board. Okay, they're going after my creatures. It's pretty smart. I mean, you are kind of incentivized to do that with the Ghost Vacuum, given its 6 and tap ability. Does that. Okay, I'm just going to Teachings for Bowmasters here. Backup Grindstone. It's not really what we were fighting over anyways. Or do I get Kolaghan's Command? Nah, let's just get more power on board here. Hit that. Get them to 9. Make a clue token. Probably have to hardcast Force on Ensnaring Bridge if they hit a land drop. Just so I can make sure to end this game. Okay, now they're getting their own welder. Which makes sense. But they can't cast Vacuum. I mean, Bridge. You know what I meant. Okay, that should wrap things up. Could even get an extra scrap of damage here. But I also don't want to tap out of Force, I guess. think it would have been pretty hard to come back from that. They didn't really have the resources. I think Baraglyph is pretty good here. Try like that. And we'll work hard to invalidate Pyroblast here. It's an interesting hand. I think it's good enough. But yeah, very interesting. Huh. Well, having a shuffle alongside Brainstorm, definitely pretty nice. Saga. It wouldn't be that bad to consign Chapter 2. Gotta deal with this engineer, of course. Opposition agent as well. Yeah, I'll consign Chapter 2. Cling to Dust if they try to do anything with engineer there. Painter Servant in the graveyard. It's kind of the same thing as taking them off a construct if they have to Pyroblast that. Ghost Vacuum. Really hoping for a blue card here. Not quite. But I will have a blue card for force if they get that painter in, so yeah, really weird web of things going on here. I don't think I can. Like if they bolt, well then they won't have enough mana to really do anything else. So we'll take a swing at this. I think they're going to try and red blast it. We'll pitch Undercity Sewers and force. Alright, do we get this trigger? Fury. Suppose I'll take Soul Guide Lantern. Ancient Tomb. Plenty of mana over there. And then Snaring Bridge. Alright. Start with this. Exile Ghost Vacuum. Let's ponder now. Get a little more red mana while we're at it. Meltdown. Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking for right now. No attack because of Ensnaring Bridge. And they missed the mana for Fury, which is good. It's good for us, for sure. I'm going to Edict. Start working away at the board here. Unclear what they'll discard, or sacrifice. Okay, that was lucky. I had a feeling they would, though, since they had a Soul Guide Lantern. That also makes me feel like I'm going to ponder. Now if I can just dodge. I guess I'll flip this. They might have wanted to do that on my end step. Arena of Glory. I'm surprised they didn't make it hasty. So it's not a perfect game, but also maybe they didn't want to exert it. Oh, duh. Ensnaring Bridge, I'm so stupid. Excuse me, opponent. That was, obviously not what you're supposed to do. No attack, playing around Bowmasters. Go ahead and cling that. Fatal Push. Does not work against Fury. Alright. If I don't have to cast Fatal Push, I can then cling to Dust. Saga. That really makes me want to hold on to the Meltdown. Pithing Needle. Well, maybe I don't. Yeah, maybe I can't really afford to hold on to the Meltdown for much longer. I can always pick it back up with Tameo. And I kind of want that Ensnaring Bridge to stick around as well. Too bad. That would have been a really nice play. I mean, I suppose it still is. But if they top deck, then we're in some real trouble. Yeah. It doesn't all have to happen at once, you know? Get that Edict back. And clear out Fury. Okay. We'll still get to snipe the tutor. Obstructionist is not a bad pickup. Hardcast Fanatic. Alright. Pretty good start. Well, we're 2-0, but we open up a 1-lander, so gotta send it back. This hand sucks too, but I can't go to 5. Dang. It's too bad when you don't even get to play. Yeah, about that. What version of Red Stompy is this, I wonder? It can't get much worse than this, folks. Yep. Can't get much worse than this. Ooh. Should probably bolt that, right? No, I should definitely ponder. Okay. Part of me was hoping for a brainstorm. If I could set up this Fanatic, might be in okay shape. We also missed on red, so might want to stifle Chapter 3 of Fable here. Give something Fanatic to do. And they don't discard any cards, so their hand is perfect. What the hell, man? Oh. Oh. Well, things just got really interesting. Play Tameo. And then definitely shoot Goblin Welder. Sure. Well, that's not good. You just have too many permanents, you know? Oh, wow. This was one hell of a goldfish. Well, I mean, I think it would have been pretty easy to disrupt, but we had to fight so hard just to be operational. I could have gone to 5, I guess. Seems really bad, though. Alright. Meltdown. Probably play pretty similar to last time. It's probably the same deck, even. Hopefully we get some Furnace action at some point. but I'm not really counting on it at present. Sometimes these decks do Blood Moon effects, so I think I'd rather actually have Bloodstained Mire over Basic Mountain. Yeah, double K command on the play. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, play our land. I don't mind it this time. Well, even if they do some moon stuff, I have this Lorien revealed. But I'll bin that, because I really want some action right now. Yeah, that's good enough. Cards that do things. There's a Saga. Another Bobble. And we'll pass it back. I'm just gonna let that happen without any comment. No comment whatsoever. Fable the Mirrorbreaker, though? Not cool, dude. Alright. I suppose something I could do right now is just shock and have them discard. Or... yeah, that's fine. See what it has to say. Discarding an engineer? Wild. I got that other basic island right now. Send it on back. Is this going to be a saga without constructs? Unless they have another spirit guide, it seems like, yeah. Let's see what they rummage here. Just lightning bolt. So they're putting stuff together here. Lotus petal. Gotta say, I'm a little surprised. Okay, there's engineer. Okay, they're more interested in grinding, it seems. I don't think they're ever gonna unearth that, though, in time. No offense, I just don't think it's gonna happen. I should be applying pressure as well. They do not activate Bobble in response. Alright, hit for 2. Lovely. Play Spell Bomb. There's Reflection. There's Arena of Glory. Pretty scary stuff. That card seems like a massive upgrade for Painter. Servant. Let's go for this. Big if true. They might have a red blast to fight it. Aye, they do. Alright. Consigned to memory. Well, that's not going to counter anything as long as that painter's around. Draw 1. Draw again. Well, that's a bit shit. They're so choked on resources, but I kind of needed that removal spell to work. Maybe I should have waited. Oh my. Is your last card Grindstone, maybe? Unclear at present. Well, I'm just gonna cycle this. Gotta make something happen. Brainstorm, not bad. Let's try and fix this up. Maybe even get something new on draw step. Okay, cool. This is all good stuff. Wouldn't even hate a land here. Opposition agent. Alright. I mean, our first priority should be do not die. Bolt my Bowmasters. Yep. Paying 2 life to draw a card. And we beat the painter. So maybe I messed up. Maybe I should have held on to Consign to Memory instead of Baraglyph. Need this thing gone. It hit Saga. What else? Ah, just barely missed it. Just barely missed that trigger with Opposition Agent. Don't really want to bounce Brazen Borrower. I mean, Reflection. But I feel like I need to disrupt their situation somehow. But I think I need to wait a little bit longer. Bowmasters. Not quite what I wanted. Alright, well, let's play this huge creature. Do I need to bounce it now? I think so, because they can put together their combo pretty easy from here. But not if they have to pay 2 for the engineer, 1 for the ability, and then also 3 for grindstone. But yeah, bouncing something with an ETB doesn't feel good, but at the very least, it's not like a strict card advantage ETB. Ghost Vacuum. Ghost Vacuum, huh? I'm just gonna make a construct now. And they're gonna do that now as well, sure. Teachings. Cannot get Meltdown, important to note. I can get, well, probably wise to get nothing. I should just stuff that, tutor and hope they don't draw Lightning Bolt. That's kind of where we're at. No attack with Baraglyph. It'll be nice when enchantment hits the graveyard. My Meltdown. Alright, really hoping to see them make a construct here. Or am I? I don't know, actually. Don't think they can really attack on their own, but we'll see. They drew another Fable. Don't love it. They only have 1 Grindstone in their deck? Does that even really matter? It is funny to sit your own Grindstone in play when an opponent's playing Painter. Because they're like, well, if you ever play a Painter, you might not like what happens next very much. At the same time, it's really whatever. Could just get... No, I don't want Tormod's Crypt. I want some form of card advantage, which would be Vexing Bauble. Maybe I just take Grindstone, I don't know. Eliminate the combo, and then just beat these things up. Although, it's going to be hard. I guess Teachings for Kolaghan's Command is a thing. Sure, just get rid of that combo. And they're pretty incentivized to exile their own land there. Alright. And maybe I should have played Bowmasters there. Lightning Bolt was a great draw. Do I just send with the Baraglyph? Not really, because I want to Bolt Reflection more than anything. Yeah. Then we'll have that disappear by the end of turn. Do I play Grindstone? I don't think so. I'll just leave that in exile forever. I don't like how this thing keeps glitching. Okay, Lorien Revealed goes away. Oh, right, they have more than 1 enchantment in the yard now. That's good. I think they're working on my sorceries, though. Alright. Probably just want to cast Brazen Borrower and try and get over the line that way. Ooh, Great Furnace. Good draw. Goblin Engineer with haste. Decline the trigger, of course. What are they going to put in? None of these cards are that scary. They also exerted their land to do that. I think I'm good to shuffle that. Okay. I get consign anyways. Going after Cling. Yeah, alright. Saga. Should be too slow. I think we got this. There's Fable. They don't have any red mana up, so no weird tricks with that either. I'll grab a lightning bolt. Tied up. I swear this is a good matchup. Can't think of anything I'd rather have. Teachings is on the line. It's a 4-mana blue card. But we're also really stretching our mana base really thin, so the ability to be a land is also pretty significant, I would argue. Keep. Unless they have Ancient Tomb Painter on turn 1, but they don't. So I think we're good. In what world do I surveil? I think no world. But there's a weird world in which I brainstorm on turn 2. Still nothing. Maybe they're holding up Red Blast. Can probably find out with this brainstorm. They don't budge. Second K command, that's what's up. Not sure if I want that lowering revealed. Can hang tight. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Yeah, that card's good. What if I stifle this? I don't want to keep holding this up. I think it's time to shift. Although I could Fatal Push. Sure. Might have a bit more use for this yet. Alright, the removal is flowing. Things aren't so bad. Definitely not stifling that. That's the one part of Fable that's not massive value, but it is massive selection. Ghost Vacuum. Sure. Not a problem yet. But what do I do with this mana? Do I just blow up Ghost Vacuum and have them discard? I have to do something. Have to do something. Okay, we lost Fatal Push. Forever. It's the only one in 75. I get a comment very often, people asking about trading Bolt for Fatal Push. I don't find the cards equivalent. They do a lot of the same thing. A lot of the time they do the same thing, but yeah, I just don't find the cards equivalent. Now I could stifle that, but I think we can find a better spot for Nimble. It had the 6 mana for the vacuum too. Pretty wild. They're not doing anything. Surveil. Keep that. Edict you. Now it seems so obvious that they have Red Blast, so I'm still just gonna hang out here, even though if they Red Blast Strix, it makes top decking Fnatic a little better. There's Saga. I didn't make a land drop, so I'm kind of pulling ahead on cards now, which is cool. And they're probably sandbagging like a lightning bolt or something to fight, what's it called? Opposition agent? Alright, let's see what they want to do. I don't even think it'd be that crazy to cast Strix here. Yeah, just resolved. That's wild. Force of Will. Well, seeing as Consign is kind of, or Nimble's emergency measure here. Yeah, let's just see what develops here. They want the mana, wow. Believe I will let them fetch, but I'm also gonna play around Pithing Needle for the hell of it. See if they get the Grindstone. And I think they were likely ready with a Lightning Bolt. If that means they're gonna bolt Strix, that's pretty good for us. Oh, Lava Spur Boots? Huh. Star Athlete. Does it have haste? It wasn't blitzed. Did they try to blitz it? This card's insane. Or are they going to put boots on it? I'll just bold, I think. Or I could Edict. It's a lot of damage, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem that big of a deal to me. How about Kolaghan's Command? They've used up a lot of mana. If they're interested in attrition, they might just put the boots on Construct here. No. I think they're holding up Red Blast. Maybe. Another Consign. Maybe too many of those, but I wouldn't lose too much sleep over pitching one Force at this point. Fury. I don't think I can hardcast Force on that just because it's so obvious that they have Red Blast. Edict that away, but kind of getting ground out here. We need to find a renewable source of cards. They're also at 10. Maybe I should just be attacking. Yeah, I should definitely be attacking. Ooh. I think they'll have a hard time dealing with Baraglyph. Just the person for the job. Sure. Also, sure. Boil? Ugh. Now that's just nasty. How could you do that? How could you be playing Boil? Nasty, nasty. Try to Force, but like I said, I'm pretty sure they have Red Blast. Yeah, they do. Well, float a blue. Lose 3 lands. Could be worse. Bolt that. Hopefully send for lethal. Getting the GGs. Alright. We're 3-0. In classic James Kazao fashion. Haven't seen any Furnace. I don't think we've even drawn it. So we'll just keep trying. Alright, welcome back to round number 4. I went to bed in between the last match and this match. As you can see, it's a lot brighter out there now. We're up against Misty Rainforest, which usually means blue-black scam or whatever they're calling it these days. Don't mind an Edict against that deck. I'm going to start with an island and cast Ponder. Take that Force Will. Probably won't want that Badlands. We're pretty set on lands, as you can see. So the cool thing about Waterlog Teachings is that it can be a land or a spell. Undercity Sewers, yeah, it's kind of confirming to me that We're likely up against Riskaminator. But it could be a lot of things. Blue and black are popular colors. Bayou, hello. Okay, this might not be what we thought it was. It could be Storm. It could be Bug Beanstalk. It makes me a little less excited for that Lightning Bolt. But if it can turn into Wrenchmind, if this is like a Psychic Frog deck, then we'll still be in pretty good shape. I don't really understand it when people say that the Lightning Bolt is bad against Psychic Frog. It's pretty good, it seems to me. People compulsively just discard 2 cards when I cast it. Okay, this is the good stuff. This is a Fire Ponder. We'll just start getting set up to do this stuff. Kaito, a little awkward without a creature. We haven't found a Bowmasters yet, which is not common, but well, I think we'll be able to make it work. Thoughtseize is the real prize there. Okay, this seems more like Storm to me now, that they wouldn't... Well, maybe they did shuffle their library. They could be lacking for land drops. And this is tough. Yeah, maybe Kaito is just for later, you know? They could also be sandbagging Wasteland, something they could be doing. But as we head into the mid-game... Okay, it is Storm. Bad Nauseam, even. I jest. I'm just kidding. Ad Nauseam's not bad. They have no protection, but if they top deck like Lion's Eye, Veil of Summer, then we're in trouble, obviously. So you could either take one of their 500 pieces of mana or the payoff, even though it would be convenient for them to play into our hand if they just spent all this build-up and then I countered the Bad Nauseam. It doesn't really work like that, because they're not going to do that until they have like Veil of Summer or something like that. And also, if they top deck an additional payoff, then they might think I'm not prepared to answer it, and then they will fire. Little things we hope for. This Edict looking awful, though. Oh my goodness. It's the Roaring Furnace and the Steaming Sauna. Alright, we found a new pitch, folks. Maybe I'll play it next turn. This hand has so much Storm and so much mana in it. We have to be aware of, like, natural tendrils. That'll go. Alright. I'm going to cling the Ad Nauseam. It's not clear how many of those they run. Sometimes it's not that many. Nimble Destructionist was a great draw, and also makes me feel like I can't really afford to do the Sauna thing. Ah, man, I should really know. Maybe I can just play the Furnace, and then if I have 5 mana free at some point, I can turn it into the Sauna. Is that how that works? It's a special action, right? I think that's how it works. Blue card. Ass. Sure. Guess I'll take the diamond, right? It's the most unique. Yeah. Well, one draw's not going to do it, right? If they hit payoff, well, if that payoff is tendrils, I'm going to wish I had my Nimble Obstructionist up. So, yeah. We can just pass with Cling to Dust, it's fine. One of the more strange games against Storm, though, you gotta admit. They're just waiting for a payoff here, and they didn't want to yeet their Ad Nauseam into a counterspell, which I completely understand. Alright, what's missing here? Oh, we were done. Sorry, everyone. Okay, there's another blue card to pitch. Beautiful. Play the Sewers. Spin that. Cast the Roaring Furnace. And yeah, I can just do that whenever. Still waiting for that payoff, apparently. Alright. It's probably at the point where I should be casting a Lightning Bolt at the end of turn, along with unlocking the Steaming Sauna. And I'm just drawing a million cards. It should be pretty hard for them to stop me at that point. It's kind of cool. I mean, I'm not always going to have this much... Wait, what? Unlock! Unlock the door, damn it! I can't, it's not a special action, it turns out. Okay, I don't know if I'll ever have time to do that then. And I should have kept that land, apparently. But maybe no one knew how that worked. It seemed like it should have worked like that, right? I didn't know you could only unlock doors as a sorcery. Now we know. Oh, hell yeah. Alright, now we're pushing damage. Yep, now we're pushing damage, which is pretty sweet. And... yeah, I don't know. I mean, I want to unlock that room. You gotta believe me, I want to do it, but... it wouldn't be responsible. Chromox, are we gonna see an imprint? Guys will. Oh, that's a rough draw. Yep. Sometimes it doesn't run as well. Alright, let's cantrip here. Brainstorm. Alright. If I can find more Bowmasters, I'll want to put those in. Narset's not bad either. If I can shuffle away that Edict too. Wouldn't mind. Bolt you. So I'll draw that land. Yeah, I think we can commit Narset as well, since it'll shut off their cantrips and stuff like that. Would not be so bad. Take Force of Will, I think. Well, yeah. And you gotta start to feel a little bad for your Storm opponent when their deck just literally does nothing. It's a tough feeling when you draw nothing but land and mana. Alright, we should be able to do this. If I send additional Bowmasters right now, then I won't have to flash a Nimble Obstructionist. Seems fine. Got double force, Nimble. I think we'll survive, since we know all but one of their cards. Never got to unlock the Steaming Sauna, unfortunately. I guess you can only unlock doors as a sorcery. I thought it'd be like, what's it called, you know? Thought Sees Me. I have to force that. The reason why is because if they take Nimble Obstructionist, then the triggered ability from Storm will beat me and I won't be able to force my way out of that one. They just have so much mana, you know? Yeah, see what I'm talking about? I'm glad it came together for them on the very last turn. And we'll force the last copy. Oh, they concede. Alright. Roaring Furnace. I think when you're not even a removal spell, I might have to cut you. Okay. Fanatic. Quant Consign. They have Guy's Will lines. Thoughtseize, yeah. Opposition Agent, yeah. Because they're probably also Beseech the Mirror deck. Red Blast is interesting. I don't really find it good enough most of the time. Meltdown is good, though. Even though they've displayed that they are not going to expose their artifact mana. Although that time they also wanted to retain it for Storm. They wanted to build Storm. We'll cut Lightning Bolts. We have better tools now, but it was nice in that game where there was so much stall happening. And of course, Shield's Edict should be like the first thing you look at. What else though? Spellbomb or Meltdown? How about Speltdown? Just a combination of them. How about both? We'll cut Kaito. On the play, Kaito is probably better than Baleful Strix though. But we are not on the play. We're a little light on win cons, I must say. Fanatic and Kaito gone. This hand is good. Rainforest go. Alright. We could use a land, but I'll take Force of Will as well. Play out Tamio. Opponent is going to surveil. If they have to surveil something important to the graveyard and start going off, that's a corner case where Surgical is pretty good. It seems like a pretty tough decision, whatever it is. Oh, it turns out, I just lost connection. It might have not been a difficult decision at all. Wait, are they still surveilling? I guess I didn't miss much. Or maybe the same thing happened to them. Did a little looking around, and it seems like things are okay. But it seems like it's still kind of Okay, now my opponent is disconnected. Things are a little weird in the land of MTGO, but hopefully they'll be back in there soon. Maybe the surveil was so bad that they had to just leave the game entirely. Well, unfortunately, we won due to inaction on the other end, but I feel like we were in pretty good shape to actually do well here. Taking game one against Storm is usually a recipe for success, and then our hand had Force, Surgical, Tamio could make some clues. I don't know. I feel like we were in not the worst shape. All right, now we have a trophy match with Steaming Sauna coming up next on the James Kazao show. All right, here we are for the trophy match. Even some of my musical equipment showed up for it. Got my cabs here. Had to take a break and go move some stuff. We're on the play, which is nice. Got Brainstorm Fnatic, Brainstorm Tamio. This is all like pretty good stuff, I gotta say. Making me feel confident and kind of proactive, which is not really something Grixis control does a lot. But yeah, even if they blow up Tamio. And I think that's a little more common than Tamio getting exiled right now. But does not get countered. Might get fatal pushed. They have an island. They have a Tamio. Well, I had mine first. So what do you think about that? Another brainstorm. All right, let's get our clue. Tight. Love that. Now let's play Mountain and Brainstorm. Put back Fnatic 2 down. And then, I don't know, Underground Sea, I guess? Bolt your Tamio. Wowza. Feeling pretty hot. No! I mean, it already got such a good exchange. Yeah, I'm not going to force. No way. Ponder's good. I wonder if this is like just got control or something more tempo-y. We'll find out. That also makes me want to really delay that Metamorphosis Fnatic. So I'll ponder. Kolaghan's Command, Brainstorm. I think I'm going to shuffle this. Just doesn't seem quite right now. Well, I mean, it's probably fine. Well, is it though? I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to shuffle. Okay, we get Kolaghan's Command anyways. Get the best card out of it, which is not bad. Let's do this now. Nice. Okay, that's what I wanted. Now we'll be grinding away. Brainstorm is good. And they have a fetch land too. Well, that's pretty strong. Stoneforge Mystic. Wow. Alright, what's the get? Cauldron complete. Pedal to the metal. Another cling. Don't hate it. That might just discard the Cauldron. I don't know. Back to basics. Okay. It's another card that's pretty dead. To Fairy. Prismatic Vista cannot get Mystic Sanctuary. Land. Hopefully I can recoup this. Holy shit. Now I just get an end-step Howling Mine for the rest of the game. Like the Monarchy. This is kind of the best case scenario. Do have to worry about that Cauldra and 2 more land drops, but for now, I don't know, dude. I got my Steaming Sauna. Got my Cling to Dust. I don't have to do anything. Just crush with card advantage. They don't have 5 colors to Prismatic End it either. I think it's a 5 right now. I think if I unlock the Roaring Furnace, it becomes a 7 drop. Nimble Obstructionist can counter that Living Weapon trigger, so not so bad. Okay. Start with that. Strix, not so bad. Yeah, it's important to kind of do all the things that cost the most mana right now, so wouldn't be bad to Cling to Dust. Cryptic Coat's a real pain, though. Card is a grinding machine. So if I can counter it, I'd like to. So let's brainstorm. No luck. Getting some other ideas, though. That Cryptic Coat is so grindy. Maybe even grindier than what I have. Would really prefer to counter it, but I guess I can snap Kolaghan's Command it. For now, though, what do I do for now? Because I can unlock the Roaring Furnace and blow up Stoneforge. So for now, I guess I could just Edict. It's not Kaito time yet. Just gotta handle this board right now. Well, actually, maybe I should Flash and Obstructionist, Ninjutsu and Kaito, and then Furnace the Stoneforge. Yeah, that sounds better. Then that puts Obstructionist back in my hand. Oh, but I didn't put Kaito on top. Yeah, I thought of things way too late here. I could also just sandbag the Roaring Furnace, because I really need to destroy Cryptic Coat. I'll give them the option to sacrifice the coat, or the cloak, I mean. See what they do. Okay. Got it. This would be a good time for the Roaring Furnace, but there's something a little more important to do right now. Then Kaito will go in my hand. Yep. Back to basics, sure. There's no creature in my yard, right? No. You keep exiling them. Surprise! Okay. Yeah, top. This is so much value. Good lord. Ponder's good. Go for a shuffle, play an island. Tundra's gone. They have not brainstormed, so they still have that Cauldra as well. Sewers. Not great in the face of back to basics, I must say. Swing in here. Draw more cards than I can handle. Put that in the graveyard for Fnatic. Okay. There's basic number 5. So I only have to Lotus Petal one of my lands momentarily to cast Fanatic now. Still not great, I must say. I would like to end this game, but I don't have Force of Will, so let's not go crazy. Okay. Well, that is something worth running out. Look at all these new cards. Just looking for Force at this point, I feel like. Thoughtseize works too. Sure. And I kind of don't want to draw my basics, right? Let's make sure that doesn't happen. Although doing this will pretty much ensure that they side out back to basics, which is unfortunate. Alright, I don't have enough mana to even like retain everything, so let's just start throwing stuff at the wall here. Yep. Bolt there. There it is. Alright. I feel like we can get pretty loose here. First we'll see if Snap Bolt works. I'm not even afraid of Kaldra. Okay. We're a little down on clock. Unfortunately, the presence of Pyroblast in this deck means I probably can't rely on the Steaming Sauna post-side, but that was undoubtedly very cool to get that one-sided Howling Mine. A Monarchy that's not seizable by combat damage. It's all good stuff. Take Pyroblast. So they're playing Stoneforge Mystic. So Thoughtseize and Opposition Agent I think are fine, mostly because flash creatures are so good in this matchup. They also have Tamiyo. I'll take the Fatal Push. What the hell? Cut Badlands, cut. One Force, cut. I don't know. Like the cards I usually side out against blue-white controller, not bad here. They're really not bad, which makes siding kind of difficult. Could go down to Fnatic though, just because they do exile most of my stuff. Kaito seems like one of the most useful tools against this deck. I wonder if they play Batterskull anymore. Regardless, Kolaghan's command is always pretty good. Oh god. My Nicorette is stuck. Okay, it's okay now. I don't know. I think Fatal Push is just the worst of these, though. It just is. And I can probably cut a Tamiyo. Alright. Ironically, Fnatic gets a little better post-side since they probably set it up on Pyroblast, which means more of my creatures will end up in the graveyard versus in exile. But, you know, it's still like not really what you want to leverage. Starting on the Tamiyo. Well, I'll have to bolt that. Do it off Volcanic Island. You always want a lot of blue, regardless, but especially in this matchup. Okay. Hurdle 1. They throw down Stoneforge, though. Like, we might have to deal with that in some other way. They just have another Tamiyo. Alright, if I can seed them a clue token, might be a little rough, but... Oh, there's double fetching basic. That is really interesting. Did they not get rid of back to basics, I wonder? Did they not pay attention to my 5 basics since it was so late in the game? It's hard to say. Let's ponder. Alright. Not the greatest spread, to be honest. I mean, I do have Brainstorm and a way to shuffle. That could make use of these lands. Lorien Revealed is pretty good endgame play. But again, like, Red Blast. Gotta think about Red Blast. I'm gonna shuffle. Yikes. Not good. Alright. Alright, they're getting their value. But Cling to Dust might be able to grind this out if they don't have Forced Negation. They're just going to pass. Yeah, I'll start doing this. Gotta go after the Vista here, because... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, they don't have enough islands yet. Nimble. Well, if they start, like, rushing towards the Tamiyo ultimate, that could be pretty good. Oh, no, another land? You gotta be kidding me right now. Let's brainstorm. That's more like it. Put those back. See if I can grab a Thoughtseize here. No, but those cards are really good. I'll keep them. Okay, that's the first sign that maybe they're not doing back to basics. They put a card on top. It's a little frightening. Getting that clue token. It's a lot of value. Hopefully we can catch up or invalidate some of their cards. Ponder. They might be going for the flip, the big flip. No shuffle. Cracking the clue. There's the big flip. No. Maybe they'll keep going up though. They're kind of incentivized to. This will not be an opposing Red Blast. They showed me a volcanic island, right? Or did they not? They showed me Tundra. Crap, I should have tried to remember that more. I don't know if they did. But if they were playing Prismatic, or yeah, Prismatic Ending, you almost surely want to have... I played a volcanic island? Yeah, I don't know. Darn it, I don't know. Let's go for it. Okay. I think if they had a Red Blast, they would have done that instead. They might have Flusterstorm, but it's not very popular these days. Oh god. Fascinating. Alright. That was a good exchange. I feel like we got back our clue value. Ah, dang. Comet. And they get Pyroblast back. Well, I feel like this is my chance to cast Snapcaster Mage then. That's a good one. Comet is tough. I wonder if I can afford to ignore Tamiyo right now. If they force Kaito... Yeah, this doesn't really work right now. Gotta give them another turn of Comet, which is really gnarly. Although when they're in tapping with Red Blast, it's like... Geez. Tricky. Could just bolt Tamiyo. Seems wise. Okay. They roll a 4, so I take damage? Yeah. They have Stoneforge. What are they going to get? Cauldron Complete. Interesting. Draw a card. Brainstorming in response, alright. Ponder. Okay. Bolt. Perfect. Force Pitch Force. And they still have Red Blast, I'm sure of it. Okay. Might just need to take some damage here, right? Can I afford to do that? Not really. Kaito can tap down Cauldra. Yeah, I guess I need to give them another turn of Comet. Seems terrible. But yeah, they're really stretching us thin here. They might not Pyroblast a Snapcaster Mage if it has no targets. So let's try for that. Okay. Well, now I feel pretty good all of a sudden. Castrix. They don't Red Blast. Yep, just pass. Being real chill with that Stoneforge. Oh, here we go. Stifle that. Even though they're going to get to equip it soon, but they're really going to tap out of everything to do that? Okay, they're not playing Stifle. Good. Another Thoughtseize. Tameo. Thoughtseize. I should have attacked first. Now they're probably going to plow my Strix. Yeah, which is a really good exchange and all, but... Double Pyroblast. Double Thoughtseize. Alright. They top deck a land and move to equip. I'll Snap Bolt. Be careful not to misclick. Okay, so far so good. Bolt there. Excellent. Now we'll ninjutsu. Feeling pretty set up now. Yeah, I mean, might as well surveil first, right? Hiya. Go like that. And I could play Tameo, but I mean, why let them like resolve to fairy or something like that? Okay, we're untapping with Kaito. It's pretty busted. Play our basic. Crash for 3. Get even more cards. Don't want to jump to any conclusions, but we might be looking at a trophy here. Get another Pyroblast. Hell yeah. Play Tameo. Ponder, flip that immediately. Start going up. Land. Playing Comet. Or I could do like the sneaky time walk. They already have a card in hand though, so let's just make sure I get my card. Spell Pierce, you got it. Smash for 3. Surveil. Force of Will. Give me Lightning Bolt. Bolt you. Cast Snap. Bolt again. And we trophy with Steaming Sauna. That was crazy. I mean, it was really good as a monarchy type thing, or a Howling Mine, more traditionally you'd call it. All right. Good stuff, as always. Don't really know if it's a good card, but it did the thing when it needed to. It's a really cool card. I mean, we could potentially have dealt 7 damage to a creature. That's a lot of damage. It's more than Unholy Heat when you have Delirium. But in actuality, it's kind of like probably not a good enough card. Fun, though. It's an option. This deck has so many options. You can play a lot of different things, and I'm here to say Roaring Furnace and Steaming Sauna is not completely embarrassing. If you want to play with it, you should. It's a cool card, and you should play with cards you love. And what else? 2 Tamiyo felt pretty good. It's a really strong card. People often ask me why I'm not running more. It's just to not give more inherent value to cards like Swords to Plowshares, Prismatic Ending, stuff like that, because we often get a lot of percentage points by blanking spot removal or making it very ineffective or an undesirable trade. And double Fnatic main board. I think I'm still happier with having one on the side, one main, but this card is still super new and we don't really know the extent of its clunkiness. I think that's about it for now. I think we're going to go to bed. I have a big travel day tomorrow. And yeah, keep that Grixis dream alive. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If I get to 1,000 subs before Eternal Weekend, I'm bringing Grixis Control. Maybe Roaring Furnace will be there. You never know. So yeah, I'll catch you all later.